Welcome back, Hordlings, to more Avernum. Escape from the pit. So I reloaded and I went down and I fought Legrand again and I let him get away. And you get a lot more experience if he gets away. You don't get his ring and his sword, but you get damn near another 400 experience, which at this point in the game, it's really important to get that extra experience because we want to level. So I'm going to go ahead and give up the ring and the broadsword for killing him prematurely and take the extra experience instead. We still have to help Brissa here, and as you can see, that will level us. People are moving as quickly as they can, which isn't actually that fast. I'm going to do another test here also. And you get more experience as they escape as well. Okay, so what I've been doing is testing whether or not you can save scum on levels or not, because what happens is when you level, you get what I believe is a random stat point increase. Let's see, it just tells you level 2 here. But for instance, Lug was at 4 strength, they gave him a bonus 5. I reloaded several times, and it was the same attribute that went up for all 4 characters every time. So it's set to... I don't know. I don't know if it's randomly set before you hit that level, so that you can't save scum, but it's not something we're going to want to waste time reloading. It's just going to be whatever we get, we get. And then you get to put your own point into the attribute of your choice. So let's see. Let's go ahead and pump up his strength some more. Why not? It's Lug. Or we could pump up his endurance. Yeah, let's get him some more endurance. Pump up some melee. Get hardiness up to level 2. Let's go ahead and get good health as well. It's going to give us, increase our health maximum by 5%. Exercise and clean living have enabled you to absorb more punishment than weaker warriors. Bring us up to 50 health. We'll do something similar for Trog here. We'll go ahead and pump up our intelligence. Go to Mage 3. Arcane 2. And let's take Elemental Focus, which increases the elemental damage by 3%. And then for Clotty Clot, go ahead and give her another point of intelligence. Pump up Priest and Arcane. And do some Elemental Focus as well. Could also do Energy Blessing, which gives more maximum spell energy, but we seem to have a good amount now. Also do a little bit of healing. Some new hit points up there, and now we can officially save as level 2. Also noticed that when I searched around, I found extra bags of meal and this haunch of meat, which I might have missed the first time. It was laying right in this area here in this blood pool, and then there was meat here. Alright, went back and grabbed the gloves and everything else that I had missed the first time around. We should be good. Let's talk to Andrew. A small man runs towards you, waving his arms. His skin is incredibly pale in the strange light from the fungal ceiling. When he reaches you, he stops and bends over, hands on his knees, breathing heavily. When he regains his breath, he says, "Don't attack! I'm Andrew, the greeter. We are Avernites. We are here to welcome and help you."
"A thug named Legrand just came out this way. Did you catch him?"
Notice the dialogue changed. We didn't kill him this time. When I talked to him previously, it wasn't. I wasn't recording, but they said we actually killed him. So it can go two different ways. However, as you saw, you lose out on 400 or 500 experience for killing him. Maybe he's worth more experience later as well, and drops better shit. Hopefully. Andrew looks embarrassed.
"We tried. When he ran out, his face was covered. By the time we were sure he was the killer and not an innocent arrival, he had already fled.
We were the ones who defeated him."
Andrew takes a step back and inspects you.
"You have the look of a warrior with some potential. It's good, with all the forces that threaten us. Avernum needs warriors like you."
"And you just let him escape?"
Andrew frowns.
"And if we let our arrows fly without being sure, you would have us kill an innocent by mistake. No, this is Avernum. There's no escape for any of us. He will be found, do not worry. But that is a worry for another day. You are here. I have something to say to you."
As Andrew speaks, the guards nearby watch solemnly. Each of them went through the same ceremony, the beginning of a new life. Andrew says,
"On behalf of Avernum, I welcome you to your new home here in the darkness. All art is hard, but we are free of the crushing hand of the Empire. We offer you peace and aid, as long as you aid us in return."
He smiles weakly.
"That is all. We have some aid for you. Then you can go out and start your new life."
"You call yourself the greeter?"
"It is my task. I wait for new arrivals, such as yourselves, and welcome them."
He bows.
"Welcome to Avernum."
"Tell us more about Avernum."
"Avernum is what we call this place. Countless miles of tunnels, caverns, and icy subterranean rivers. It is your new home."
He smiles sadly.
"What does the word mean, Avernum?"
"In ancient times, Avernum was one of the names for the underworld. It was the place where souls were sent to be judged when their lives were over. Appropriate, yes?"
"Why are you welcoming us?"
"It's my job. I'm here to ease the considerable shock of being cast into the underworld, of course. So, welcome to the underworld."
He pauses to think.
"Also, I'm here to say you can get information, where you can get information about Avernum and supplies."
"Can we return to the surface?"
"A common question. No. I would abandon any hope of ever seeing the sun again. The sooner you've given up on that, the sooner you can begin to make your new life out here."
"I refuse to accept that. There must be a way out."
Andrew shrugs.
"I did not expect you to believe me. That comes in time. One day you'll settle in. Life here is hard, but it has its own rewards and moments of beauty."
"How can you help us?"
"I can provide two things, supplies and information. Once you know where to go and have a few coins and get yourself established, We'll send you on your way.
I can get supplies.
To prevent certain problems, new arrivals are sent to Tor to get modest supplies to support themselves until they find work. He's in the building to the south. We found doing all otherwise results in desperate, dangerous, and violent new citizens. This way you'll have a fair chance. What you do with it when you leave here is your business.
Information's always useful.
Farrell is our town sage. He lives and works in the building just a little bit to the southwest. He's a bit glum, but he does his job well. He will answer your questions as best as he can. Of course, you should get your shit first.
Can't we just stay here?
That is a common question. I'm afraid not. This fort is small and we already have all of the defenders we need. The rest of Avernum needs you.
Well, alrighty then.
All right, welcome to Fort Avernum. The sign says, by the proclamation of King Micah, there is no anarchy here. Those who harm others will be banished to the abyss or slain. Looking for tiny little items on this tiny little map. It's Dunbar. You see a worn and scarred middle-aged man. He has a thin, washed-out look. You're already associated with many years in Avernum. You hope your time here is kinder to you. He carries a potted plant and a shovel. He nods to you and sets down the pot for a moment. I'm Dunbar, he says. Welcome.
What's your job?
I'm the groundskeeper and gardener. And fix-it man. I like gardening best, but I do what they need.
Tell me about plants.
Well, we bred some pretty weird shit down here. All sorts of mushrooms for food and fodder. Those weird twisted trees give what little wood we have, and so on. Mages make the plants. I grow them.
You eat mushrooms?
Yeah, but not much else. You'll get sick of them before too long, but they're food, and that's what counts.
How do trees grow down here?
Amazing, aren't they? The roots dig into the rock and the leaves absorb moisture from the air. They get light from the fungus above. I can't figure it out how the scrawny things stay alive, but they do.
I've never heard of trees like these.
That's because they're created down here by the wizards. They live in a tower to the south or something. All the wizards go there. They do all the standard weird stuff with demons and shit. But they make plants too. Without them, we'd all be dead.
How long have you been down here?
Hard to tell. Tough to keep track of years without being able to see the sun. Sometimes they say what year it is, but I don't see why I should believe them. They can't see the sun any more than I can.
But a long time, huh?
Yeah, a long time, building, fighting, tending to my garden. He looks down at a vicious scar on his arm. I like the gardening best. There's an Avernite wandering around the streets of the fort looking for new arrivals. He wears a jerkin of thick lizard hide, and a bow of black wood hangs from his shoulder. The moment he sees you, he almost rushes to greet you. Welcome to Avernum, he says. I am Varen. You look newly arrived, and if you don't mind me saying, a bit aimless. I have an opportunity for you.
What is the opportunity?
The opportunity to fight for Avernum, so that we can all survive. And in return, you gain what little renown and comfort as is available in this dark place.
Tell us more.
He nods. A wise choice. You should go to Silvar, west of here, and meet the mayor. I've been sent to recruit people like you, and I think you'll find work to your liking. That is all. I will leave you to regain your bearings. He nods and walks off, looking for other potential recruits. Hum-de-hum, dum-de-dum-boom-boom-doom. Make small talk with the guard for a while, but you don't learn anything interesting. Tor Supplies. Newcomer, get your starting equipment here.
I have something for you.
There's a tall man sitting behind the counter wearing bronze armor. Behind him is a large rack of crude stone and bronze weapons. He recognizes you as the new arrival in an instant.
Don't recognize you when I recognize everyone. You must be new.
He rises and shakes your hand. You can see how desperately pale years down here have made him.
I am Tor, and I am here to give you some supplies before you go on your way. Okay, we'll take our supplies.
Tor nods, makes some notes on a scroll made of crude parchment, and hands you a pouch, some dried meat, and a loaf of unappealing, slightly gray bread.
This is the starting allowance all new arrivals are given to help them get established. We want you to become productive citizens of Avernum as soon as possible. Good luck to you.
What do you do here?
Well, sometimes I maintain the weapons of the guards, sometimes I guard travelers going to Silvar. But I spend most of my time giving supplies to newcomers.
What is Silvar?
Silvar is the closest town to the west. A very good place to find work if you need it. You should ask Thurl about it. His office is the next building to the south.
Do the weapons need lots of maintenance down here?
He looks back at them with disdain.
Pretty crude work, huh? Good metal's rare down here. Tools to work is rarer still. And enchanted items? Good luck finding them.
Magical items? They can be found.
Sometimes some are made at the Tower of the Magi. Also, when Avernum was first discovered, the Empire sent many explorers down here. A lot of them were killed, but their equipment remains. Such items are rare and valuable, and precious though. I wouldn't go hunting them. Better to live a peaceful life in one of the forts, I think.
Where do you get the supplies you give out?
Some are sent here by the army, others are sent by the Empire. Sometimes they give us weapons and food and other things. We find them in arrival caves with the new exiles.
Can I have more supplies?
Tor consults his record and shakes his head.
My records indicate you've already received your allotment. Sorry about that. You'll have to make your own fortune from here on out.
And we could, of course, steal. But it's probably not a good idea. Until we get our invisibility spell, right, Runstock?
Right.
Office of Thurl. New arrivals may receive guidance and reassurance here. You see a slender, worried-looking man wearing the robes of a mage. Somehow, despite the crude surroundings, he is impeccably dressed. He sits behind a desk laden with books and scrolls. When you enter, he lets out a world-weary sigh.
Ah, another arrival. Another unfortunate. I am Thurl, and I can give you information you can use to settle into life here. Alas, the news is all bad.
What can you tell me about Avernum?
He grimaces.
I'm here to help you, even if the help causes great pain.
Help me.
Well, every day or so, our benevolent overlords above hurl a few more souls into this hellish cesspit. Then they come to me, and I tell them just how bad shit is here.
He chuckles dryly.
Normally I'd be cheery, but today I'm just not in the mood. Anyways, I'm here to give information.
Give information, then.
Yes, for example, our lovely neighbors, the Nephilim, and the Slithazerikai. Or on your chances for escape, or how you get supplies, or on local politics. The Nephilim you've heard of. There are many of them on the surface. However, until you arrived in Avernum, you have never heard of the Slithazerikai.
What the fuck is that?
Lizard men only live below ground, intelligent, powerful fighters, very magically talented. We've been at war with them for years, and lately things have been a stalemate. They live to the west.
Who runs things down here?
Each town has a mayor. The mayors form a council. The council co-rules with King Micah, lord of our homey little pit. Micah lives in the Great Cave. To get there, go a ways south and a ways west. And by the way, the council meets in the castle. It's a place you should know about.
What is the castle?
It's our pride and joy. We built a real castle of rocks, crude magic, and spit. King Micah lives there, orchestrating our desperate defenses. You should see it. It's reasonably impressive. It's in the Great Cave to the southwest.
Where should we go?
Here you can fight. Avernum needs that. To delay the inevitable, there are 2 settlements near here.
Tell us more.
Dove Nose to the north. It's a farming community ravaged by Nephilim raids. But had better luck at Silvar to the west. It's the largest settlement nearby, and the mayor is always looking for warriors. I would go there first, I think, if I was a warrior, which happily I'm not.
I wish, another thing I wish it would do is either cross out what you've already asked or take it away altogether, but I guess it's in case you need to read it again or record it. I think that's all we can get from homie here. I was hoping there was a way to close doors. You do have to be seen to get in trouble. And it doesn't look like I was seen. So we got away with being little thieves. Not that we got anything good. Surface goods storage. Unauthorized Avernites keep out. Let's go ahead and name this fort. We're going to probably have lots of saves and need to use all these saves. This is a storeroom where the surface goods the Empire occasionally sends down through the portal are stored before they're distributed throughout Avernum. Understandably, goods from the service are very valuable down here. We obviously cannot follow directions. A bag of sugar, a blanket. Go ahead and take the sugar. I don't see anyone looking. I believe these doors are locked. But since we have good tool, we're able to open them. However, there's a magical barrier here, which we are not going to be able to get past. And this box is locked. Our tools use isn't high enough. We actually need to get it to a 7. Cave wood longbow and some iron javelins. Probably a much better bow here. 24 to 52 versus 17 to 21. I'd say so. We can kind of just throw everything we're going to sell on poor Lug Lug. He is going to be the mule. Iron javelins are going to be better than crude javelins, obviously. So yeah, eventually we'll get the means of removing these magical barriers, but for now we want to make note that we have a chest and a barrier we need to remove in Fort Avernum. So I will keep taking... I'll keep notes in a notepad here. We have various ways of getting out. You step out of Fort Avernum and get your first good look at your new home. You're at the east end of an enormous cavern, many miles across. In the dim green light, you can look out through the mist and see a huge forest of strange fungal trees. A dark river flows by to the south, and to the west, you can dimly make out lights of a town. Although you're far underground, it's not as quiet and peaceful as you thought it would be. Sounds echo well in this cavern. You can dimly make out the hisses of lizards, flowing water, and unnervingly the growls of distant humanoids. Your journey into Avernum is about to begin. Well, not quite. We're going to stay in town and explore some more. Some trash and some broken clay in here. A bucket of water. Visitors' chambers. Feel free to rest here. We can exit from that side of town as well to the north. The barracks. Did you hear something? Can steal their pillows if we want. Energy potion. No idea what papyrus is for. Some wine. Wine brewed from cavewood fruit and lichen. All natural and organic. Also horrible. That energy potion will come in a lot of use there. Again, that's another door that's normally locked unless your tools is high enough. Meet a powerfully built woman. She wears chainmail with the sun insignia painted on the chest. It is faded and chipped but still visible. Her reddish cheeks contrast strongly with the paleness of the rest of her skin. She sizes you up and nods slightly.
Heard you been fighting from the moment you got here. You didn't just curl up and die. I approve.
She shakes her head.
I am Acacia.
Acacia. I'm Acacia, okay.
Are you a soldier here?
Yes, I'm the guard captain for the barracks here, at Fort Avernum. We've got a bunch of good men here, and when the Nephilim come for us, we'll give them a good run. We work best on defense.
Why are the Nephilim attacking?
They were thrown down here by the Empire, just like us, and they've always hated humans. We haven't attacked anybody. We just want some caves to call our own. Not good enough for our foes. They won't rest until every human is on their dinner plates.
Tell us more about this fort.
It's one of the most important places in the whole underworld. For us, I mean. If the Nephilim take Fort Avernum, arriving humans fall into their hands, and then...
She draws her thumb across her neck and makes a charming noise.
What's that design on your armor?
You point out the insignia. It's a crude drawing of the sun.
It's our symbol, the Seal of Avernum. It reminds us of where we came from and where we hope to return to.
Any advice on where we should go?
Anywhere. Wherever you go, there will be someone trying to take our land or find a tasty human to eat. Though most warriors who arrive here head west to Silvar first. The mayor there has a soft spot for new arrivals. Of course, some people want to find a way to escape the underworld. Fools, if you ask me. We had one of them, though, just a few weeks ago.
Tell us more.
Well, I met him. Someone tried to use one of those strange blue crystals to make a portal to the surface. It was a mad idea, and it wouldn't work. We made the fool leave, before he gave any of the new exiles ideas.
What strange blue crystals?
When the first people arrived at Avernum, they found a few of these bizarre crystals. When you look into them, they talk to you, spoke into your mind. Most of them are lost, but there are still a few around, if you look hard. Some of them even teach you interesting things, when they don't drive you mad.
What was his name?
Oh, I can't remember. He said he was heading up to Formello, though. They're welcome to him. People who trifle with unknown magics are dangerous to everyone around them.
Alright, I think that's it from her. More barracks, probably going to get in trouble if we try stealing from these guys in plain sight, so we better not do that. Of course, we can save and see how this works. Yep. One of your characters has just been knocked unconscious. This happens when your health level reaches 0. To revive your character, walk through the gate of a friendly town. A return life spell cast by a powerful priest or spell scroll can also revive an unconscious character. So yeah, I don't want to steal in front of guards especially. It's my understanding you can steal certain things and get away with it, but as soon as you breach that threshold, you're going to piss someone off. I would just prefer not to screw our reputation up. You meet a middle-aged woman who seems to be in a bit of a hurry. Like everyone else you've met, she's extremely pale. She's holding a crude clipboard. She nods to you.
Greetings, I'm Janice. Don't come to me for supplies, I just count them. I don't give them out.
What are you doing?
I'm in charge of supplies for this fort. The soldiers, they do their own cooking, but I'm the one they come to for the food, and weapons, and clothes. It's tedious work, but it keeps me busy as long as Thurl is stationed out here.
Who's Thurl?
Thanks, Siri. Fucking Siri thinks I'm asking her a question.
She sighs mightily. My husband is the sage. He helps the new arrivals get acclimated. Being here depresses him terribly, being at the border and all.
He's worried.
Yes, about the Nephilim. He's convinced they'll storm the fort any day now. Who knows, he may be right. Nephilim are the doom of us all. If the Sliths don't get us first, a lot of them have been sent down here along with humans. Many migrate to the lower caverns, but many more stay here determined to take our land. A large tribe of them lives to the north. They don't usually arrive at Fort Avernum, by the way. They tend to appear to the north.
Where do these supplies come from?
The Empire. They send down things we need to survive from time to time. Livestock, food, alchemical supplies. They arrive in the caves below along with the people, and we send carts down to haul them out.
Why do they give us things?
It is a mystery. Maybe a few officials on the surface have actual honor, and they don't want us to die. Or more likely it is a reward for something Avernum does for them. What might that be? I don't know. Nobody tells me. She taps her clipboard nervously with a chipped fingernail, eager to return to work. Dirty Diana! You see a quiet, frail woman. She is picking mushrooms. They are big, bloated brown things, different from any such fungus you've ever seen on the surface. When she notices that you're watching her, she blushes and stares into her basket. Greetings, she says in a quiet voice. I am Diane.
Those are some big, mushrooms you got there.
Aren't they? Lovely, thanks. Though the taste is bitter. They are most of what we eat down here and drink, and what we feed our livestock.
They definitely do not grow on the surface.
No. The wizards of the Tower of Magi created them, using ordinary mushrooms and powerful magic. We depend on them. Without them, we could not live down here.
What do you do here?
I came here with Tor, my husband. Now that I am here, I help as best as I can by cooking mainly.
You're the cook?
Well, a couple times a week I cook meals for everyone here. I'm actually a very good musician and I sing, but there's not much call for that around the fort. Oh well, we won't be here forever.
Could you sing something for me?
She sings you a song for which you've never heard before. It's long and sad about lives in the caves and missing the sun above. She has a beautiful voice.
I met Tor. He gave us some supplies.
Ah yes, your arrival allotment. We all got it when we came here, otherwise everyone who arrived in Avernum would be poor and desperate. Then they'd rob people and end up in the abyss.
What's the abyss?
It's far to the west of here. It's where they send criminals. Not everyone the Empire sends down is kind or sane. Those that can't live with us in the peace are sent to the abyss to live apart.
You banish them? Doesn't that make you as bad as the Empire?
She frowns. That's a foolish thing to say. There is still such a thing as evil, and such a thing as justice. If you wish to live with thugs and murderers, go to the abyss. We won't stop you. Having said that, she calms down and returns to her big mushrooms. Yeah, what's the funny joke about my starting allotment is supposed to get me off here? You gave me some dried meat and bread to 4 people. That's my starting allotment? Fucking kidding me? What? That's not starting allotment. Move the gate from left to right there. It's interesting. Some stuff they consider stealing and some stuff they don't consider stealing. It's very interesting. Tunic. Some leather pants. You can see really quick we're getting XP. Small amount of XP for picking these locks. Fine robes. It's gold. And since they didn't... Oh, what do we have here? The spellbook chained to the pedestal. The name of the owner is carefully inscribed in the spine. Theryl's Knowledge Compendium. It's very been polite to look at a mage's spellbook, but if you took a peek inside this one, it probably wouldn't hurt. Unless, of course, it was trapped. We'll take our chances. Most of the contents are very basic, no help to you. There is, however, a description of a powerful ancient holy rite. It's rather out of place in this book. It's very interesting reading, though. You can improve your knowledge of the spell Call Storm here. You concentrate and try to memorize it. Your group's total arcane lore needs to be at least 7 to learn this spell. Unfortunately, you are not able to understand it. We will have to come back when our arcane lore skill is higher. We got 6 bags of meal. I don't know how many we need. You meet a young woman with long black hair. She is sitting at a table eating a bowl of thin lizard soup. Her skin has not yet attained the paleness of one who has spent a lot of time in Avernum. When you get close, her head jerks up. Once she has seen who you are, she returns to her soup, disappointed. Have a seat, fellow exile. I'm Warwick. We might as well regain all strength before we go out into the wilds.
You seem like a recent arrival. Why were you sent down here?
She looks down at the table. I've already learned that that is a rude question to ask, People are sent to Avernum because their secrets are revealed. Once here, they want them to become secrets again. She turns away.
Have you arrived recently at Fort Avernum?
No, I've been here for weeks asking people if they've heard of the one who was sent down before me. Her name is Anastasia. She was sent here a few years ago, and I don't want to leave until I know where she is.
I haven't met anyone named Anastasia, but I'll remember that you're looking for her.
Thank you, I'd appreciate that.
Alright, we got a couple quests here. Find Anastasia and meet Silvar's mayor. Hold on tab, you can see names of all the creatures. It'll show you the direction. East, south, west, north. But we pretty much explored everywhere we can here. Oh. Look at this. Now we're talking. It's 18% armor. With some booty boots. I don't know if this messes with casting, but let's find out. So this actually affects our chance to hit. But it's a pretty decent armor boost as well. I guess we should definitely check the outskirts of town here. We won't be able to sell until we get to Silvar. Whoa. Using blessings. If you run into trouble in combat, be sure to use blessings. The mage spell haste and the priest spell war blessing and protection will make you more effective. Later, your mages and priests will be able to create wards and cloaks, magical shields that aid your entire group. It's like we came across some rather large rats here. Bronze short sword 15 to 60. We don't have to worry about stuff deteriorating. Alright, I think we all have shoes now. We don't have to worry about our shoes falling off from walking. Alright, I accidentally left. I think we've seen all there is to see. Let us head on to Silvar then. To Silvar. There's a patrol of Avernite militiamen watching the road between Fort Avernum and Silvar. Their weapons and armor are crude and dented, clearly passed down from warrior to warrior for decades. They warn you to watch out for goblins and bandits, and then continue on their patrol. Like a little camp over here. You see in the middle of this grove of twisted trees a huge group of gremlins. These strange manic creatures are rare on the surface. They're very cheery, but sometimes very volatile and dangerous. Strangely, this group doesn't seem happy at all. In fact, they seem downright suicidal. They lie around on their backs, shaking their heads, and occasionally sobbing. Let's talk to them. You carefully step forward. Some of them approach and sniff you. They seem to be smelling for something. Soon they decide that you are completely uninteresting. Then they rush forward and unceremoniously kick you out of their grove. When you look back, you see that they have returned to their apathetic, mournful state. You must not have had anything that cheers them up. Alright, we need to find something to cheer up the Grimgrims. Let's enter the town of Silvar. You enter one of Avernum's cities. Well, they would call it a city. By Empire standards, it's a miserable collection of crumbling stone hovels perched on a shore of a black, icy river. The dim green glow of the luminescent moss above gives everything an eerie look. As you enter, one of the guards mutters, "Welcome to Silvar, newcomers. Strangers are welcome here if they watch themselves." They wave you by. Anastasia's armors. We're looking for an Anastasia. Behind the counter, there's a middle-aged woman wearing a thick leather jerkin. A pair of suits of armor are displayed behind her. On the surface, they would be thrown into the trash. Down here, they are almost priceless. She nods to you. "A customer? Then welcome to you. I am Anastasia, and this is my shop. We buy and sell here."
I met a woman named Warwick. She's looking for you. She's in Fort Avernum.
"Really? My sister's down here? That's terrible. I was hoping she'd be able to evade the Empire bastards. Thank you for letting me know. If you see her again, please tell her that I will have her brought here as soon as possible."
I'd like to see your wares.
Alright, so this is how you buy. I don't think we're going to buy anything. We're going to save our gold mostly for training and such. We can sell, however. Value 60, we're only getting 12. Eventually, like around level 8, I believe, you get the negotiate skill, which gives you better buy and sell, but I don't think I want to haul around this all this useless shit until then. The item is marked for sale. Oh, okay. So how it works is you got to go sell, sell. You got to mark everything you want to sell, basically. Everything she'll buy anyways. We're going to keep our bags of silver and our bag of meal. I'm not sure what we can do. It says flawed crystals can be sold. Go ahead and sell those. Value at 240. Maybe we'll hang on to those. You think I need armor?
You'll need plenty of it if you plan to travel around town here. Don't count on getting any iron or steel. Damned expensive. Hard to make down here. Leather's cheap, though. Bronze is okay. And magic? Forget it. Ephraim makes all the armors we sell.
Who is Ephraim?
My husband. He makes weapons in the smithy next door. Ask him about Demon Slayer, she chuckles.
Do you have magic items?
A few. The mages down here, such as they are, have a really rough time making magic armor. Potions and scrolls, sure, but armor? Almost never.
I can get rid of the crappy bow. I don't think I need alchemical equipment. Believe we need bars of iron for a quest down the road as well. Go ahead and I'm going to put stuff we definitely don't want to sell down there. Some food. Yeah, Clot's totally into eating mushrooms. See, she's got some chainmail. I don't think we'll get away with stealing it. I don't know. Maybe we can gamble in this and double our money.
Not gonna take all the meat.
Ephraim, this must be your husband.
Care to see Demon Slayer?
This building contains a small, crude smithy, mainly suitable for small work and minor repairs. Several windows in the east wall help the acrid smoke to escape. You notice a large polished blade hanging on the west wall. A small man works at the stone counter, helping to keep the battered weaponry of Avernum in good repair.
Greeting, I am Ephraim.
Your wife told me that I should ask you about Demon Slayer.
He grins wildly and points to the sword on the west wall.
That is Demon Slayer. It's an impressive iron grade sword. Well, I haven't really slain any demons with it. It's the best sword in these parts, but it's not the genuine article.
What do you mean? Where's the real sword?
Well, I don't know too much about it, but once a bunch of adventurers and soldiers came down here from the Empire. They were called the First Expedition.
The First Expedition?
Aye. They got killed off to a man and woman. And one of them, someone told me once, had this amazing demon-slaying sword. That was a while ago. Asked me if this was Demon Slayer. I told him it was. He got real angry, called me a liar, and I suppose I was. He thinks, of course, then again, he may have just been jealous of my sword. Guys are like that.
Are you in charge of the smithy?
Yeah, you can buy and sell weapons here. Don't have much of stock out here. It's hard to get good metal, but we do our best.
And this is what he has to buy, and we definitely do not want any of this stuff. Where's Demon Slayer? Is that it? Iron Dagger. Crude halberd. Alright, let's not piss Ephraim off. Hall of Training. You see a big scarred man. The reddish lines on his face stand out starkly against his fishy white skin. He's watching two young Avernite warriors strike practice dummies with cavewood swords. He turns to you when you approach.
You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm Eric, but they call me Three Scars. I can train you if you have the coin. Three Scars here?
What do you do?
I train people. Then when they go out into the caves, they end up torn up like me.
How do I train?
Come on in here. I'll work you over in our battle pit. You'll be in much better shape after a few rounds with me.
What sort of thing can you teach me?
Well, I can make you faster on your feet. Down in Avernum, the slow are dead. Interested? With enough money, you can improve your skills in training halls. You can only improve each skill that way twice.
That sounds interesting. I'd like to learn about that.
So we can learn quick action, which helps you act more quickly, or gymnastics, which makes you lighter on your feet. But again, each character can only train twice this way. But hey, better than nothing. Also expensive. You can see why we want to focus on saving our money.
If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get those scars?
The first, I encountered some bandits while wandering the area around Silvar. Be wary if you travel to the north. Bandits set traps for those, such as you.
And a second?
One of the spears of the Slithzerakai. There are many of them in the Eastern Gallery, not far west from here. Don't go west until you're ready for a fight.
And the third?
Nosy, aren't you? I earned the third fighting an Empire soldier that was stealing from my village. Didn't kill him. If I had, I'd be dead. Instead, they sent me down here. Time for a break.
No, don't leave. I'm trying to fucking explore the outside. I'm looking for dead bodies. And chesticles. See? A fucking healing potion right here. It's Carol! A strangely familiar smell of baking fills the air in here. It smells like bread, and yet it's off somehow. There's a pale woman working behind the counter. She has the jitters. She says, "I am Carol. We have bread for sale if you want."
You bake bread in Avernum?
Yes, but it's mushroom flour. It doesn't work. Not really, I mean, it's food, but... oh, how I miss the surface.
What do you make here besides bread?
Well, you can buy bread and other food. And I have some cows.
How do you like raising cows?
Well, I try to take care of the poor dears. I'd love to sell you some milk. She chuckles for no apparent reason. But whenever I'm out with them, I hear noises.
Noises, you say?
Yes, out behind my shop. Clunking and stuff. Makes me nervous. That much is obvious.
How do you get cows down here?
Sometimes the Empire is merciful and sends a few cows through the portal at Fort Avernum. Most of them die down here. A few have adapted, though. They're pale and sickly, but they survive on fungus. They're a good source of milk and meat.
That's disgusting. You'll never catch me eating those mutants.
She laughs at you. Ah, you're finicky. Spend a bit more time down here and we'll see how choosy you get to be. You'll sink to our level soon enough.
I'd like to buy some food. Lug always hungry.
So these are secret bricks. Sometimes they're hidden better than others, I suppose. You see shapes ahead lurking in the ever-present shadows. You try to back away unnoticed, but they smell you. They're goblin spies. The goblins were a common pest on the surface until the Empire started to wipe them out. Most of them were killed, but a large number of them were dumped into Avernum. Once here, they bred like mad. Now they're your problem. Oh god, it's the goblins from Echelon. Charge! Oh shit, you got a goblin shaman back there? We gotta take care of old boy. Good job, Clotty Clot. Crude short swords, alright. Another dead body with a bronze spear. 15 to 60. That's not going to count as swords. A woven silver chain can be sold in a store for extra cash, but plus 2 to hostile effect resistance. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Alright, we can finally put some pants on our female. She's probably happy about that. Can also buy boats in this, although we are no financial situation to buy a boat right now.
We killed some goblins hiding behind your store.
Well, thank you. I'd be so much less worried now, I think. But then if there were some goblins back there before, there could be more later, couldn't there? Oh dear, I'm more worried now than ever. She shakes her head sadly. Well, too bad. Oh, soft click. It's open. Once doors are open in this, they stay open, apparently. This is the cavewood board at the south end of the path, hanging from 2 posts. Several sheets of papyrus have been tacked onto it. This must be a job board. Whoa! Alright. We will take a look at the job board in the next video, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more Avernum.
Escape from the pit.